Good morning. It is a Wednesday morning in our house, and I thought it might be fun or helpful even to show you some of the homeschooling resources we have been enjoying lately. So this probably will be a little bit of a hodgepodge video. I'll show you a little bit of our day and then highlight some of the resources that we're enjoying. I know it's really helpful to see things in use in a real household with a real family. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Julie. I have 8 children. My oldest is 14, down to a 1-year-old, and then we're actually expecting a 9th baby this year, May 2nd. So I have toddlers who we have to keep them busy because, as you can hear in the background, they cause a lot of distraction for my school-age kids. So part of my homeschooling resources is finding things to keep them busy. And you know, that's just a constant, you've got to constantly be on your toes coming up with things because they're very, very busy. I have 2 very busy toddlers. Here's one of them right here. Here's one of them. Can you say hi? Hi. And here's the other one. Can you say hi? There they are. These are the 2 busy people. There they are. Okay. So for everybody else, all my other children are school aged, from preschool, so you know, school age, preschool up to my daughter is in 8th grade, and so that's the age range that we're going to be covering with those 6. Yeah, today's a little bit of a distracted day because we finally are getting our first real snowfall, and everyone is very excited. So it's been a little hard to stay focused today, which may be a good day for me to show you the resources because we're not getting as much done as we normally do anyway. Okay, so before I get to showing you some of the other random resources that we use, I want to tell you about today's giveaway. This is really a great giveaway from The Good and the Beautiful. You may have seen in one of my recent videos that we got their multiplication. Oh, Elsie, I set that box down over there. Could you hand me that box? We got their musical multiplication to try. My friend Becky had told me so much about this very simple little program and how it helped her daughter that I really wanted to give it a try. And so our own kids have been doing it, and it's been really already working. In fact, we were just laughing because the 3-year-old was singing 3 times 4 is 12. So he may not understand what he's singing, but he's going to have his multiplication tables memorized whenever he needs them, I guess. So it comes with little booklets and MP3s of the songs to sing. It's very simple. Your kid just listens to the songs while they look at the corresponding page in the booklet. And we have a penny reward system in our house that we just give the kids pennies when they do certain things, good deeds. It's just fun to earn up for rewards for a date with Jason or I, or something from the treasure box, or whatever it may be. And so we decided to add this to the incentive program because obviously the more you repeat something, the easier and quicker you learn it. And so every time they go through all of the booklets, or for my very youngest one, Samuel, who's learning multiplication for the first time this year, they recommend that you start with just 1 booklet at a time. So for him, after he goes through that booklet 4 times, he gets to put a penny in his jar. So that's just our own fun doing that. But they have actually offered to give away 3 sets of this to our viewers. And so 3 of you will win musical multiplication. And they've also offered to give away 1 language arts course of your choice. So you could choose the level. Now this is something that is a resource that only Elsie and I are doing together. So if you, especially if you're a mom, in my private membership group where we have conversations all the time, the moms and I, the main focus of this group is hand holding. It's me holding people's hands and people encouraging me, and just all us encouraging each other in the homeschooling journey. And so we really get down to the nitty gritty. It's a small group, and it's just women who just really want encouragement and accountability as they move forward in their homeschooling journey. And so something that I talk to them about a lot is not burdening your kids with a lot of curriculum, but choosing things that are appropriate for that child and that child's personality. So Elsie Most of my kids just do copywork, except for Elsie. She really wanted something that was more intensive and focused and just that she and I would do together. And so we had actually printed out, because the Good and the Beautiful has their curriculum. A lot of it is free on their website that you can just print and use. That's just something that they did, that they offered for people. So we had printed out level 3 of this language arts book, and we've been going through it together, and it's right up her alley. She's really enjoyed it. So now they sent us the actual book, so it's been really fun. She went back in and filled in things that she'd already done, but it's very beautiful the way it's laid out, and we just do a little bit each day. It has, aside from the lessons where you learn things, it has just beautiful pictures, and it has an appendix with a lot of resources in it in the back. It's really, really lovely. And you can see the whole thing on their website because you can print it off for free if you want to. But they are offering one of these as a giveaway to one of you. So go ahead, and if you want to enter today's giveaway to win the musical multiplication or the or one of the language arts course, just go ahead and leave a comment and tell me which one or both you're interested in, and that will enter you in the giveaway. This will be open for 1 week, and then we will choose some random winners. If you're curious about all of the winners that have been chosen so far, go to thedelightfulhomeschool.com, and you'll see a page there that I'm listing all the winners, and I'm also putting links to every company who has been participating in this month of giveaways. This is a very, very easy resource that anybody can do. All you need is paper and a pencil and a book. It's Copywork. Copywork is so useful because it teaches kids spelling and grammar and sentence structure and punctuation and all of these things without any pain. They don't even realize that they're learning all of these things. Bella is my oldest, so she's been doing copywork for a long time, and I'm seeing the fruit of what Copywork has done in her life, because Bella has been very wonderful to let me share her story with everybody. That she was a very late reader. She had some dyslexic challenges, late reader, late writer, late speller, but she has very quickly in the last few years jumped forward into just an amazing ability. And I really attribute, am I saying this word right? Yes, I attribute a lot of it to her faithful copywork. She loves animals, and so she's copying from, most people don't copy from a resource book, but she does. She's copying from this book because that's her passion. And she has done pages of copywork, which I have seen really without much effort, just years of copywork. Her spelling is so much better, and she has become a good writer. She writes things now that are really interesting and enjoyable without having spent time learning it in a formal way. So she's kind of my first success story of why copywork works. And it's something they can do independently. They can do it for just a short time each day, although she likes to do it longer. Yeah, very. For an hour. Yep. She just likes it. Okay, let's move on to a few more language arts resources for little ones. So this is an Arteza product right here. They're magnetic. So this is a board that's dry erase and magnetic. And these are little foam magnetic letters. This is what the front of the kit looks like. Sorry, James, I'm going to interrupt you for just a minute here. This is what it looks like, and I actually have a 10% off code for you guys through, I think it's February 26th. I'll put that in the description box if you're interested. That goes on any Arteza products, not just on this, but I just happen to have one right now. So this is fun for keeping little ones busy, and of course you can use it in a very directed way to spell words. The thing that's nice about this is that there are so many of each letter. We use, yes, and yellow ones. We used to have a wooden alphabet, but there were only a couple of each letter, and so it was really frustrating when we went to actually spell words when you need more than 2 letters. So this one's nice because you get so many of each letter. We've had this for, I guess a year we've probably had this for, and they, yeah, they're just in great shape, and they're very well made. So James enjoys just lining them up for fun. He's not learning his letters quite yet, but this is, you want to though, don't you? This is perfect though for my preschooler and up. Another language arts resource for little ones is this Zingo game. So we are huge Zingo fans. We had, for years and years, we have had the old Zingo. We call it the old Zingo. The one that's just pictures, like this actually. They had it out playing it this morning. It's just pictures. It's like a bingo game, but it's fun because they come shooting out of this contraption here. And I don't know, my kids have, since my oldest ones were little, they've enjoyed this. So we were very excited to find that there is a Zingo sight words game. So it's sight words that actually come out and you put onto your card and you try to be the first person to fill the card. And so they have to look at the word. So I always say there, when they come out, I say for, have. So then they're actually having to look at the letters. Sorry for all the noise here, it's a busy house. They're actually having to look for the letters and match the letters on the correct squares. So it's just a really very fun and lighthearted way to learn sight words. So I will put a link for this. You probably can get it on Amazon. We got it from a little local store, but I would imagine you could get it on Amazon. One little tip that I have about letters and little ones is I don't call the letters by their names. So we don't call this an M. We call this an because the letter names are actually pretty pointless for them at this stage in their life. All they need to learn is the letter sounds, and then they can learn how to read. And believe me, they will pick up on this as an M, because any little preschool show or books or whatever, they really just keep pushing the names of the letters. But since my oldest were small, I've always called them by their sound, and it helps them pick up on the sounds a lot faster.
Your snake, James.
Just like kids can learn the names of their favorite stuffed animal, or they can learn the names of, you know, that this is a box,
That's
or
an
this is a sticker. They can learn the same thing, that this is an F. Yeah. They'll learn it by their names, just like they learn anything else. Thank you. Okay, this is a resource, a mom resource that's available for you. This is from Arteza. It is a giant magnet that you stick on your refrigerator. It comes with this too, which we actually use more often than I ever thought we would. But you can use this obviously any way that you want. It's just the days of the week, and they have some other things here too if you want to use it all. I don't get really detailed with it because then it just never happens for me. So I keep it simple. This is our group subject. Kind of gives me a guide of what we're doing as a group that week. And then, you know, you can put your quick dinner on it. But this is, the nice thing about this is it's right on your refrigerator. Now, the one thing that I have done differently with this, it comes with regular dry erase markers. But I found that because my refrigerator is a very busy place with as many people as we have here, I found that it was getting rubbed off. And so I actually use, these are wet erase markers that I got from Amazon. They're a fine tip, and so I can write really small like this. And they will rub off, they'll smudge if you rub them really hard. But for the most part, they stay put, they don't get smudged, and then at the end of the week, I just can wipe them off with a damp cloth, and we are ready to go for the next week. Are you, yeah, she's trying to climb up here to get closer to what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you see them? Yeah, that's our cousins. So yeah, that's the combination I suggest, is this magnet board from Arteza and some good wet erase markers. So the structure of our day, just overall, is that in the mornings, we get up, we do our morning chores, which I have a video on, I can share that with you. And then we have breakfast, and we sit down at the table for a Bible time together. Right now we're reading through Hebrews, so we read half a chapter or a chapter a day. It depends how much discussion we have going on. And then right away, I like the kids to start on their copywork. I have found that if I have them do that right away, it just kind of starts the day with like educational mindset, I guess. It's just something that they can all do easily, so they'll all sit down to do that. I'll do language arts with Elsie. From that point on, some of the kids will typically do math, and other kids will take a break or do something else, and then come back and do their math later on. Now, we used to do our, I used to try to do like a morning subject right away in the morning, but right now, because Lydia is not a morning napper anymore, and Lydia and James, of course, are kind of a dynamic duo. Doing a group subject in the morning was just chaotic and not working. And so that's where we had to do a switch and just do our copywork instead and then move into our math. So the afternoon is a time that we can do read-alouds, we can do a morning subject, and all the other things that, you know, we want to do. One of the things that I do in the afternoons is I make sure to do a reading lesson with Jeremiah.
I have the best idea. I have the best. Silas, you're illegal. I know, I'm trying to get off. Papa said no going.
So it's really snowing. It's the most snow this whole year. Look
I
at
have
the
the
tree.
best idea. Can I get a head start to my idea?
There you go.
Snowplow.
Silas is having fun with the snowboard.
I'm getting snow on my gloves.
Yeah. Go Pepper. He's having a great time. Oh, Pepper. He likes to eat snowballs. You like to eat snowballs, Pepper?
Okay, the day is moving by. I'm tired. No, okay. I guess it's just me. So we are using one of our favorite resources to continue language arts for young children. I have used this book. Can we show the front of the book, please? Yep. I've used this book with all of my children, and I'm not going to chat about it a lot here because I've talked about it so much on my channel. I will just link a video where I talk about it all. But I have another kid who's learning to read and doing great. So great. Oh, don't be shy. You're doing great. So we're going to get back to his lesson. And sounds like Lydia's awake. So it was a nice little nap time for a bit. You ready to finish your lesson? Yes. Who's this crazy guy in here? What are we doing here? Trying to stay not distracting people. No, can't push it on her, buddy. You can give her a turn with it.
What?
She can have a turn with it, but you can't push it on her.
Okay. So you
Lydia's reading a book right now.
He's got to go.
Okay, first of all, can we just enjoy this? Do you know what this is? This is a clean floor. This is a clean floor. Because school time is done, my kids cleaned up, and they are getting to watch a show. And so before I let you go, I wanted to show you a couple more resources that we use in just our regular life. First of all, this is a game the kids got for Christmas that we're having fun with, kind of playing it in our way, that I hold up a card and the kids try to collect the most cards. And the way you collect cards is by shouting out which one of these is correct. Which one of these really does equal 7. And if you shout that out, you get to keep it. So that's been a really fun, fast game. All of the things I share with you today, I'll put links for if I can find them in the description box. Okay, then we've talked about Story of the World before, but somebody didn't realize that there was an activity book with it. And so I wanted to make sure to show you that we don't just read the story. We also do the activities that come with it. We don't do all the activities. There's too many to do. Let's be realistic. There's just tons of projects packed in here, but we do some things. And then they always do a map and a coloring page. And these are the products that they typically like to do their coloring pages with. And I will link these as well because you can get 10% off of these right now. Just these are the colored pencils, and these are really fun. They're called brush pens. I've talked about them before. It's like a watercolor and a marker all in one. So it has a brush and it's filled with like a ink inside. So it just kind of gives a fun brushy look. And then what they'll do is kind of write a little summary of something they learned. I shrink down all the coloring pages in this book. I've talked about this before, but the coloring pages, oops, let's get to the coloring pages here. They are really large, and so I copy them shrunk down so that they are able to fit their maps and their coloring pages and a short just summary of something they've learned on individual pages, and then we put them in these page protectors. Okay, so that's our history. You may have seen these things up on the magnet board behind me. That's why I wanted to make sure to show those to you. This is through 4 seasons. We've been going through this book. This is not a Christian book, so just know that, you know, from that perspective, you may have to sort through some things or leave some things out. But other than that, we've really been enjoying this book. I guess I should have checked to see if it's available before I told you about it, because I think it's a pretty old book, and I don't know. I'll check and see if we can find it on Amazon. But right now, this week, we did this on white crystals, which was perfect because it snowed here, and then it's talking about glaciers and things. So I read it out loud to them, and then at the end is what to do after reading this chapter, and there's just a short thing to do. So we've been doing that one right now. And then this is our Window on the World book. Now this is a very old edition. If you get this from Amazon, the cover will look different. But this book I've talked about in the past also. It just goes through a place in the world or a people group. It talks about the little story of a missionary child who lives there, and or another child, not always missionary child, but it's from the point of view of Christians who are missionaries in these places who are helping to spread the gospel there. So that's kind of like the perspective the book is coming from. It talks about that place and gives ideas of things to pray for about them, gives facts, and then we will also often trace maps of that place while the kids listen. They'll kind of trace the map or color it to kind of get a feel for that specific area. And then lastly, this is what Bella has been doing, and I showed you guys this recently, but in case you missed it, if you have a child who likes notebooking, they call it, then this may be a good choice for you. It's with these Julia Rothman books, which I have to also give you a disclaimer that I found out that her newest book is very inappropriate for children, for Christians in general, honestly. It's a no-no. It's not out yet, but it's about the human body and reproduction and stuff, and it's just really inappropriate. So don't just automatically buy her books. But this farm anatomy book, Bella has just really, really loved it for years. And so I found out that there was this company that I purchased just a PDF of this notebooking accompaniment. And so she has been, I hope those plastic pages don't glare too much, but maybe I'll set it up like that. Is that better? She has just been copying from the book all of these things and illustrations, and it's just so fun to watch how she's just bringing to life in her own way the things she's learning, and I think it's just a real treasure to have. So if you have a child who enjoys this kind of thing, they have one for the oceans book and for the nature notebook as well, and maybe one other one. So I can see if I can, I still have the company that I got this from, so I can link that as well. So those are some of the resources we are enjoying lately. Yeah, of course my bookshelves are full, full of resources. I could sit here for the next week and a half and talk to you about things, but I have done different videos in the past highlighting different resources that we use. Actually, I have an entire playlist that I did over the summer, all on homeschooling videos with different topics. So I can link that playlist below if you're wanting to go deeper and learn more. Also, let's not forget the #1 resource for my toddlers is Duplo blocks. I'm so grateful for Duplo blocks. They have been entertaining my toddlers for years. I feel like I should be on a commercial for Duplo blocks, but yeah, it's just one of those things that keeps them busy, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So be sure to enter if you want to join today's giveaway, and thank you to The Good and the Beautiful for providing that for you guys. That's so nice. And if you haven't checked back through my last week or two of videos to enter giveaways, be sure to do that, because each giveaway is open just 1 week, so make sure that you enter. All right, well my kids, wow, what a fun day of playing in the Winter Wonderland. I'm making some oven roasted chicken and mashed potatoes and green beans for dinner tonight, so that should be delicious. And then it's the end of another busy day. This mama is ready for a put my feet up a little bit. Maybe I'll edit this video while the kids watch their show and sit on the couch with a cup of tea. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you very soon.